Chris, a tough situation to be in at the moment, particularly with the amount of injuries we've been picking up.
Yeah, sort of the hits keep coming, and week on week the injuries are mounting up, and unfortunately they tend to be happening to key players at the moment. So beyond our control, but something we have to deal with. It's part of being professional rugby.
Brendan Cope's serious knee injury, he's going to be out for a long time?
Yes, he is. It'll be season ending for him. Unfortunately, Brendan will have an operation and it'll be 9 months, so we won't put any pressure on him. We'll work hard with his rehab and basically get him right for next season. The disappointing thing for Brendan is he was just starting to really show the development and the work that we were putting into him. It was starting to show, and he was really enjoying his rugby and starting to look really threatening on attack.
His absence has forced a reshuffle in the back line. Andy Forsyth's going to go in at fly half and Dan Moore comes onto the wing. Yeah,
we felt with the crisis we've got injury wise that it was important to have experience in the 10 shirt, and although Fozzie's not an out and out 10, he can do a really good job and control the game there for us, so that was important. George is probably one of our form players at the moment. I'm confident he can slide into centre and do a really good job. Ball in hand, he'll be fine. Defensively, it's a bit of a different position to defend in, but I'm sure George can handle that. He's got a lot of experience. That gives Dan Moore an opportunity to come in on the wing, and Louie Brown at fullback, who played really well against Jersey for his first game back for about 6 months.
Yeah, Louie Brown's performance was one of the real bright spots of that Jersey game.
Yeah, he's an outstanding young man that's just full of confidence, and he told me what he was going to do before the match. We had to sit down and we had a one-on-one. He told me what his goals were and he achieved every one of them. So fair play to him, and he deserves to be back in the 15 shirt again this week.
On the injury front, there's a few that are going to come back over the next couple of weeks. Pete Lucock's not far away, Mark Thomas and Richard Mayhew's then making good progress.
Yeah, and Joe Buckle as well too. So there's, all going well. We think that we can have those four back for the London Scottish game, but once again, there's probably 2 weeks before that decision has to be made, and it'll be made based on what's best for the club for the season. And if they're not quite right for London Scottish, they won't be, and we won't force them back in. We'll make sure that they're ready to go when they come back.
With Brendan gone for the season, are we looking to bring in cover at fly half?
Yeah, definitely. We're looking at bringing cover in quite a few areas, and there's some solid work has gone on in the background, and I think for all involved there'll be some much needed relief in the near future.
You've rotated your front row around again. Is it a chance for these boys to put a marker down against Bedford? Yeah, absolutely. I think probably set piece was something we were hoping to hang our hat on throughout this injury period, and to be honest, it hasn't come up to the standard that both myself and Steve were hoping for. So basically it's a challenge to all the front rowers, especially to perform and command a starting position, because at the moment it's all pretty average, but we're working hard to make it better. Harry Davies on the bench, he's had a couple of games with Bath's reserve side down there. Has he come back a more confident player?
Yes, Harry's he's working hard. He's definitely in his conditioning. He's come on. He's quicker and stronger than he has been. He will get a good solid run of games for us in the cup period, where we can put him into a situation, let him control a game. I don't think it was the right thing for Harry to be put into a 10 shirt, starting 10 shirt in the current situation we're in with the lack of experience we've got out on the field in certain areas. But he will definitely be looking to use him off the bench.
How tough is it on a day-to-day basis with training, with the lack of bodies to be able to put just a simple training session?
Yeah, well, that's one of the major things that affects the squad, is your ability to actually have competitive training, having guys pushing each other for positions, having live attack against live defence and live defence against live attack. It becomes a little bit more difficult when you get down on numbers like we are, but we just have to adapt, and I think we've done that pretty well. And one thing that hasn't been affected by the current situation is the squad's commitment, their application, their attitude, and their desire to just hang in there, hang tough, and keep performing.
we saw down at Ealing and then at Jersey last week, the first half we give ourselves a mountain to climb. It's going to be important again against the side of Bedford that we
yeah, well, look, I agree, and I'm not sure what the answer is to that, because I think in both those games the buzz that was there prior to the Ealing game and definitely prior to the Jersey game to start strongly was there. So yeah, I think against Jersey in the first 10 minutes, it was one poor read in defence, cost a try, and then their second try they got was, to be honest, it was an outstanding try, and well done to them.
Looking ahead to Bedford, who do you see as the threats from them?
Oh, just the way they play the game. They play at intense pace. They like to get the ball away from the breakdown very quickly. And they like to play with a bit of width. They've got a strong set piece, and their scrum and their driving line out has been a real weapon for them this year, so it's going to be a big challenge for us at home.
Being back at home, obviously lost to Nottingham last time out, looking forward to putting a decent performance in against Bedford? Well,
yeah, absolutely, and that's always the goal. And I mean, I think if I was going to sum up our performances to date, inconsistency has cost us. We've played well in some parts, we've played very well in some, and we've played poorly in others, and we've just got to get rid of the poor part. Our lowest performance needs to be good, and we need to be able to consistently perform above that and be very good. So that's the strategy and the goal.
You mentioned about the experienced players are out. Is part of the challenge for yourself and Steve with the younger guys to keep their heads up and ignore the league table and get on with playing?
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. Forget that. Just focus on what we do on the field and how we prepare and go out and give it everything we've got. That's all we can do.